I started using Dr. Siggy's therapy with my 7-year-old son. Wasn't quite 7 yet, he was coming up to his 7th birthday. Prior to this, he had been in nappies. We'd just been waiting for him to grow out of them, and we had tried some other things like waking before we went to bed, limiting water intake or drink intake before bed, and none of them seemed to work. His nappies were wet every night. We decided that it was time for something else, and Dr. Siggy's video explaining how he was likely a very heavy sleeper and that needed looking at that rather than us waiting for something else to happen, I suppose, him to grow out of it, just made a lot of sense, and it actually made a lot of sense to him as well. So we kept him very involved in the decision making, whether we were going to do the programme and also throughout the programme. We went for it, got the programme, and the mat arrived. We did it all with him, which is, I think, a very important part of the course actually, and so he was fully involved and invested and understood what we were all trying to do. We are 9 weeks in now, and he has been dry for the last 7 weeks. So the first 2 weeks we had some wet nights, we were changing the covers, and we probably had in the first week 2 dry nights and the rest were wet. The alarm went off a couple of times. The second week we had maybe 3 or 4 dry nights compared to the first, so it was improvement, but I was expecting it to take a lot longer, to be honest, and getting up in the night, changing the covers is not easy, but we all had to kind of recognise the end goal. Come the 3rd week, we had a dry night every night. He was very excited to get blue star, then red star. He was really counting into those reds. And then it continued, and we even got to do golds. The exercises were good for him to understand, and he could do them. And like I said, we're 9 weeks in, and he has been dry for 7 of those weeks. So I'd like to say that I feel like we've pretty much cracked it. If he's to have an accident, it will be a random accident now. So not only have we got a 7-year-old who is dry at night now, he is confident with it. And I think it taught him as well that he can do hard things, that he can put his mind to something and succeed. So all in all, I cannot recommend it enough. I thought it was a great programme. It was well worth the investment, and it works.